Alrighty then. Hook that up. Hopefully y'all notice the different camera quality, which I doubt, but hold on. Set this up. Yeah. My bad, y'all. Y'all know me by now. What y'all see is what y'all get. Lord Jesus. Oh, my back. Don't get old, y'all. That shit really is for the birds. 1 second. Put that right. Just gonna do that until I fix this. There we go. All right, and then that didn't make too much of a difference, but let me see something. Hopefully that helps, which it does not. But let me try this real quick. Yeah. Okay, that's much better. I was tripping. Yeah. Here we go. What's good, everybody? I wanted to do another video. Yesterday, temperament wasn't all that great. I got up at a decent time today. I was able to hit the gym, do some stretches and everything for my lower back, which was needed. I needed that. So where to begin, really? I don't know. I recognize, what was it? We got 3.5 months until 2025. There's definitely, regardless, between now and early or mid next year, there's going to be a major shift in my life. Not on no New Year's resolution shit. It's too early for that. But, well, I kind of stopped believing in that after a while. But there's, moving forward, I think there's a lot of wants that I have, desires. There's a lot of needs that I need to make sure that are met. But one of the biggest challenges moving forward that I'm gonna have is letting everything go that I'll say, whether it was good or bad, that I endured while I was in. 90% of the problem was my own feelings. I acknowledge that to an extent. This is what I struggle with, y'all, but there were a lot of things that I took and I take very, very personal when it comes to the military. And the only reason, I think I was saying this one time, but like, whether it's the Army, the Marines, the Navy, or the Air Force, there's a perception that is instilled in us for an X amount of weeks, and it's not really enforced until after you get out of either a TRADOC. Now, if you're in TRADOC, then man, that shit is enforced to the T. But when you're in, I guess, conventional or regular Army, special operations, wherever you at, there are certain aspects about the military that really don't apply. I think maybe TRADOC, and I could be misspeaking, I think that only makes up maybe 30-40% of the military. What do you mean by that? It's just like training in schools and all that standard and discipline. You know, I honest to God believe that's only when it's in TRADOC. And like, there's not too many. Well, all I can say is I think the military makes up 30% of training, 30 to 40% of training. The rest of it is other shit. And what I mean by training is do the right thing when no one's looking, standards, discipline, all those morals and codes that they teach us. Anyway, for the longest time, and I'm not gonna say that I definitely didn't enforce the standard, especially with what I was around. But for the longest time, I was never actually able to separate even with the rank that I have on my chest, I still conduct myself as a regular person, regardless if I was a private or a specialist. Now a staff sergeant is just I'm gonna come at you as the person. I'm gonna respect your rank, but I'm still gonna come at you as the person. I've dealt with a lot of from peers, leadership, even lower enlisted. I've dealt with a lot of disappointment, and I'm pretty sure to an extent they've dealt with a lot of disappointment coming from me. But the only thing, if there was one thing I wanted to take away from the military that was good as I transitioned, is the ability to handle disappointment, or I can't say the ability to handle change, but the ability to handle disappointment and never really expect too much. That's one thing I kind of think I really want to retain. And the only reason I say that, whether it's a person or whether it's a situation, depending on your circumstances, I really don't I don't put things past people anymore. They tell you all the time to take off the uniform when the military really does not allow you to do that, depending on where you work. But this is just me reflecting on this Sunday, me doing my daily ramblings and everything. Regardless of how stressed out I've been lately, at the end of the day, this shit ain't gonna matter no more. So, one of the things I've been learning as I've been going to my SFL TAP courses, adjusting to becoming a civilian is gonna be hard for me. Adjusting, and only reason, I'm gonna try to go to school first. And the only reason, I'm not going to school because wanting to go to school because I have a goal. I'm going to school because it's additional pay that I'm gonna get for X amount of years after I'm out. With the additional pay so 2 additional pays. One of them is definitely a permanent. The other one is just temporary. I have my bachelor's. I need to move on to my master's. And then 2, y'all, I'm telling you now, hey, look, education is important, but having a skilled trade, a licensure, and a certification, for some odd reason, you need that a little bit more than you need a degree. To an extent, I think it just depends on what you go for, but it's kind of like, one of the things we kind of learned, you can be too valuable for a job to want to pay you, depending on what salary you're requesting. Let's say you went through all that schooling and you get your degree and all that other stuff. Realistically, you're entitled to let's say $100K a year. Jobs are only hiring you for no less than 72 to 80, but you're worth 110. That's how I understand it. That might sound crazy, but it's kind of like, damn, that's kind of. And then if you only have a degree but not a licensure, a certification, or a trade, they won't take you. From how I understand it. So everything I got between my associates and my bachelor's, I didn't have to pay, and I still won't have to pay out of pocket, but it's kind of like, I think it kind of hits different from somebody who kind of just went to that shit for free. to an extent, there were certain out-of-pocket expenses I did, but I did that by choice to excel, to get my degree faster. But I think that's different from somebody who paid out of pocket and worked really, really hard and either went in debt versus somebody who went to school and got the same type of degree for free. I think that'll just, So I do not know what the future holds for me, but I do know one of the hardest adjustments that I'm going to make is becoming a civilian. It kind of makes me think about my old heads that actually did retire. My grandfather and even my father, like, that's probably my job, right? Probably my job right now. That is definitely my job. Fuck. I'm gonna finish this video up and then get back to reality, y'all. But veterans, soldiers, Marines, airmen, sailors, I know I'm low-key, high-key kind of jealous of y'all, because at the end of the day, it seemed like y'all had this shit figured out getting out the military, regardless of your credentials, where there was a retirement, you finished out your contract, a med board, or a separation. Like a lot of people, one dude got his med board and he's truck driving, and that motherfucker happy. Now all he complained about is spending too much money, but it's kind of like, are you spending too much money like because you're in a pickle, or are you just doing it like just because? He said, motherfucker, I'm just doing it just because I have access to it. I'm like he's not behind or anything, but it's just like I want to be in a predicament like that, if that makes sense, where I'm like, I'm making so much money, I need to be saving it and not spending it on bullshit. And again, it's not because I'm struggling. It's just, well, I don't know, but it's just like that. To me, like I said, I want to be in a position like that. And, be a little bit better about, my spending habits and all that other stuff too. But it's kind of like, I don't think I'm ever, and I don't want to manifest that, but I just know that's one of the things that I'm a struggle with when I'm out. Adjusting to being a decision, because I'm really going to have to start making choices for myself. And I've always done better being told what to do and execute. That's a lie too. That is somewhat of a lie. But if you tell me to do something, I'm going to do it to the best of my abilities. It may not be perfect. The coloring may not be in the lines, but you tell me to do it, Roger, moving on. Making decisions on my own, that's going to be tough for me, because I from a child to even an adult, with all the shit I've gone through, and that's another layer to the onion, I've never really made decisions for myself. Whether it's God, the universe, or whatever, I've been very fortunate because I've been in situations and predicaments where I've been taken care of. And I'm able to live comfortably. With the military, this. I'm stepping into a realm where I don't know, and that, honest to God, scares the fuck out of me. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed my rambling. I'm gonna try to get in the habit of doing this like more. Maybe not word of the days. I'm still gonna do my word of the days, but again, please, y'all, if anything separate from what I just talked about, please continue to support these interviews. Please continue to watch. Please continue to engage, whatever. Like, subscribe, all that other stuff. Y'all be good, and I would say see y'all tomorrow, but I'll see you when I see y'all, right? Y'all be good. Peace.